NACA HOT-PHA explained. Homeownership through housing assistance. Section 1. Intro. Understanding one of NACA's most transformative programs. Welcome back, everyone, to Will_NACA Journey CA. Before we begin, I want to remind everyone that I am not affiliated with, employed by, or representing NACA in any way. I am simply documenting my personal journey through the NACA home buying process here in California and sharing what I learned along the way. Also, if it sounds like I'm reading from a script, that's intentional. I want the information I share to be as accurate, organized, and clear as possible so that anyone following along can easily understand each step of the process. Today, I want to talk about a program that may be one of the most powerful and least understood opportunities available through NACA, and that is HOT-PHA, Home Ownership through Public Housing Assistance. Many people receiving Housing Choice Voucher assistance may not realize that home ownership could potentially be an option. Most people think of vouchers as something used only for rent. But what if that same assistance could potentially help support home ownership? What exactly is HOT-PHA? How does it work? What role does the Housing Choice Voucher play? How can participants potentially own a home free and clear in 20 years or less? Who can participate? And what requirements should families understand before pursuing this path? In this video, I want to walk through the basics of HOT-PHA, explain how the program works, discuss the potential benefits, and talk about some of the realities that every participant should understand before beginning the process. Section 2. What is HOT-PHA? A different path to home ownership. HOT-PHA stands for Home Ownership through Public Housing Assistance. According to NACA, the program was developed to help Housing Choice Voucher recipients transition from housing assistance into long-term home ownership. The concept is different from what most people are familiar with. Traditionally, Housing Choice Voucher payments help pay rent to a landlord. Under HOT-PHA, that same assistance may be used to help support a homeowner's mortgage payment instead. The goal is not simply to purchase a home. The goal is to create a path towards eventually owning that home outright. In other words, the program is designed to help participants move from renting to ownership while maintaining affordability. One reason HOT-PHA has attracted attention is because it combines several powerful components: Housing Choice Voucher assistance, the NACA Mortgage, Housing Authority participation, home buyer counseling, and long-term affordability planning. Together, these components may create opportunities that many families never knew existed. Section 3. Who can use HOT-PHA? Understanding basic eligibility. One of the biggest questions people have is, can I actually use this program? While eligibility can vary based on local requirements, HOT-PHA is generally designed for Housing Choice Voucher recipients who are interested in pursuing home ownership and are willing to complete the required preparation process. Participants typically need an active Housing Choice Voucher, a participating housing authority, qualifications through the NACA program, and readiness for the responsibilities of home ownership. One important thing to understand is that HOT-PHA requires participation from your local housing authority. Not every housing authority participates. Program availability can vary depending on where you live. Because of that, one of the first steps for anyone interested in HOT-PHA is determining whether their housing authority participates in the program and what local requirements may apply. Section 4, how the program works. From voucher to home ownership. Now let's talk about how the basic concept works. Under HOT-PHA, the Housing Choice Voucher payment standard may be used towards the homeowner's monthly mortgage obligation. Instead of the voucher helping pay rent to a landlord, the voucher may help support payments associated with home ownership. The participant contributes their required share based on program guidelines. The housing authority contributes its share. The lender receives the combined payment. The monthly payment may include principal, interest, property taxes, homeowners insurance, and HOA fees when applicable. To better understand the concept, imagine a family currently receiving Housing Choice Voucher assistance. Instead of that assistance help pay rent to a landlord every month, a portion of that assistance may help support the family's mortgage payment on a home they own. Rather than simply occupying a property, they may begin building equity in that property over time. And here's where HOT-PHA becomes especially interesting. According to NACA, there may be situations where the approved voucher amount exceeds the required mortgage payment. When that happens, the remaining amount may be applied towards reducing principal. This accelerated principal reduction may help shorten the loan term, reducing total interest paid over time and increase equity growth. The result is a program designed to move participants towards owning their own home faster than many traditional mortgage structures. Section 5, the NACA Mortgage Advantage, the foundation of the program. One important thing to understand is that HOT-PHA is not a separate mortgage product. HOT-PHA works together with the NACA Mortgage and participating housing authorities. The HOT-PHA program relies heavily on the NACA Mortgage. Many viewers of this channel are already familiar with some of the features of the NACA Mortgage. These include no down payment, no closing costs paid by the buyer, no mortgage insurance, no lending fees, below market fixed interest rates, character-based underwriting, no consideration of credit score. According to NACA, these features help remove many of the barriers that traditionally prevent low and moderate income families from becoming homeowners. The program may also allow participants to combine HOT-PHA with certain grants and assistance programs that could further improve affordability. This is one reason many people consider the NACA mortgage to be one of the strongest affordability tools available in today's housing market. Section 6, why this matters. The wealth building opportunity. One reason this program caught my attention is because it focuses on something larger than simply purchasing a home. It focuses on long-term wealth building. As someone who has owned homes before, I've personally seen how equity can grow over time and home ownership can impact a family's financial future. Many families spend decades paying rent. At the end of that process, they may have housing stability, but they typically do not build equity through those payments. HOT-PHA introduces a different possibility. For the first time, monthly housing assistance may potentially contribute towards ownership rather than simply occupancy. As a mortgage principal is paid down and property values potentially increase over time, homeowners may build equity. That equity can become part of the family's long term financial foundation. For some participants, HOT-PHA may represent an opportunity to become the first homeowner in the family. And that possibility can create opportunities that extend well beyond a single generation. Not because home ownership solves every problem, but because ownership can create opportunities that renting often cannot. Section 7. The reality most people don't talk about. This is not automatic. This is probably the most important section of the entire video because many people hear no down payment, no closing costs, voucher assisted home ownership, and immediately assume the process is easy. This is not my understanding. Participants still have responsibilities. You may need to attend the home buyer's workshop, complete counseling requirements, provide documentation, demonstrate income stability, maintain acceptable payment history, work with counselors, work with the housing authority, complete inspections, meet affordability requirements, maintain communication throughout the process. In other words, you still have to qualify, you still have to prepare, and you still have to demonstrate readiness for home ownership. The program may remove many traditional barriers, but it does not eliminate the need for responsibility, preparation, and commitment. Section 8. Benefits, risks, and realities. The good and the challenging. Let's look at both sides. Potential benefits. Instead of paying rent for years with no ownership outcome, participants may have the opportunity to build equity in a home they own. Instead of needing a traditional down payment, qualified participants may access the NACA Mortgage no down payment structure. Instead of paying mortgage insurance and many traditional lender fees, participants may benefit from features designed to improve affordability. And if principal reduction works as intended, some homeowners may reach full ownership faster than they would a traditional mortgage. Comprehensive counseling and support through the process can also help participants prepare for long-term success as homeowners. Potential challenges. The program still has qualification requirements. Documentation requirements can be extensive. Income and employment must be verified. Housing authority participation may be limited depending on location. Property eligibility requirements may still apply. And once you become a homeowner, maintenance, repair, budgeting, and long-term financial planning become your responsibility. This is why I view HOT-PHA as a potentially powerful opportunity, but it is still a program. Success depends on understanding how it works, understanding the requirements, and being prepared for the responsibilities that come with home ownership. Section 9. In closing, a program that could change generations. Personally, I believe HOT-PHA may be one of the most unique home ownership opportunities available today for families receiving Housing Choice Voucher assistance. Not because it makes homeownership easy, not because there are no requirements, and not because every family will automatically qualify, but because it creates a pathway that many people never knew existed. For decades, housing assistance has helped families secure affordable housing. HOT-PHA introduces a different possibility. Instead of helping pay a landlord's mortgage, the voucher may help support a participant's path towards owning a home of their own. Over time, that can create stability, equity, and long term financial independence. And for some families, it may create opportunities that extend well beyond a single generation. As I continue documenting my own NACA journey here in California, I'll continue sharing information about programs, strategies, and opportunities that may help people better understand what is available through NACA. Thank you for following along. Real process, real steps, real home ownership. And I'll see you in the next video. Disclaimer: this video is based solely on my personal understanding and review of publicly available information regarding the HOT-PHA program at the time of recording. I am not affiliated with, employed by, or representing NACA, HUD, any public housing authority, lender, or government agency. I am not a housing counselor, mortgage professional, attorney, tax advisor, or financial advisor. Program guidelines, eligibility requirements, voucher rules, mortgage terms, housing authority participation, and local program availability may vary and can change over time. Always verify information directly with NACA, your local public housing authority, HUD, and other qualified professionals regarding your specific situation.